Hello fellow nomads and aspiring nomads, welcome back to Work Anywhere Go. If you have followed the channel for some time, you may have noticed that I do not have a lot of talk head videos yet because I feel kind of self-aware when the camera zooms my face and every word I say and how I say it can be judged. But today's topic is one of the most important topics in the digital nomad work and travel life, so I decided to do it. A little bit background about myself. I've been a digital nomad for about 1.5 years. Before I became a digital nomad, I worked in the financial services industry for 7 years, and I'm also a very detail-oriented person who will read into the insurance policy. So I guess I can share some insights about how to select the best nomad insurance. Stick around because I'll be comparing in details about the top digital nomad providers out there. If you're new here, welcome. I guess the algorithm is telling you that this video may benefit you. So first off is SafetyWing. It's the one that I picked for myself and haven't been using it since day one of my nomadic journey. Let's first dive into the good things about SafetyWing. Number 1, brand and trust. SafetyWing is one of the largest nomad insurance providers worldwide. It's run by a group of talented nomads and was incubated from the world-renowned accelerator Y Combinator in Silicon Valley. Number 2, popular in the community. This is perhaps the most popular option among the nomad community. You'll find that the majority of the nomads are using SafetyWing, and you can easily find the relevant information online. Number 3, flexibility. As nomads, we like to keep our travel open-ended. You can purchase SafetyWing insurance even when your trip has already started, whereas it's not the case with some insurance providers. What's more, you can drop and resume coverage whenever you want. Number 4, affordability. Currently, it's at $45 for 28 days. So not exactly a month. I know a lot of people get confused about that, but it's still one of the most inexpensive nomad insurance available in the market. Additionally, the cost can be prorated if you cancel the policy before the 28-day cycle ends. Number 5, customer support. So I'm the kind of person who will ask a lot of questions and do a lot of research before buying the products. And I had interacted extensively with SafetyWing's customer support for questions that I want to clarify. Their live chat is 24/7 and they typically respond within a few minutes, and the reps are very resourceful. You know, sometimes when you ask a question, the customer support rep can give you a clear answer, or different reps will give you like different answers. Well, that's not the case here. It seems like each customer support rep is well trained and have confidence in their answers. I've come across some insurance providers that it would take forever to speak to an agent. Imagine how accessible would it be when you try to file a claim with them. Number 6, independent from government healthcare. So this is very important for long-term nomads who may have lost valid government healthcare coverage due to being out of their home country for a very long time. Many travel insurances require you to have a valid government healthcare plan for the policy to become effective. So the nomad insurance at SafetyWing is not dependent on whether you have a valid government healthcare or not. Number 7, additional travel coverage. SafetyWing has a trip interruption reimbursement of up to $5,000, which doubles the coverage on my travel credit card. Number 2, it has a personal liability coverage. Number 3, SafetyWing even has a coverage for lost passport replacement for up to $100. And finally, SafetyWing has a coverage for lost checked luggage. Number 8, global coverage. This one is kind of standard across all the nomad insurances, but it's important. SafetyWing covers you in 185 countries, and the coverage follows you everywhere. Whether you're exploring bustling cities, beaches, or remote villages, you have the peace of mind knowing that you're covered, and you don't need to let them know about your itinerary in advance. So those are the pros of a SafetyWing Nomad insurance, but of course not every product is perfect. So let me give you some insights about the cons of SafetyWing. Number one, coverage limit. So the overall maximum coverage limit for SafetyWing Nomad insurance is $250,000 US for people under 65. I would say it's kind of in the middle of the road among its competitors. And number two, deductible. SafetyWing does have a deductible of $250 US, which is relatively high compared to its competitors. For those who are not familiar with the concept of deductible, it means that your insurance provider will only start to pay you if the reimbursable amount is higher than the deductible amount. So if it is lower than the deductible, you will have to pay out of your pocket. But if your intent is to having a safety net in case of major emergencies that could possibly bankrupt you, raising the deductible amount is actually a common practice in the insurance industry to keep your monthly premium low. However, do know that some emergency situations are not subject to the deductible amount, which is good news. And you can review these items in the schedule of benefits and limits section of SafetyWing's description of coverage document. Number three, extreme sports coverage. SafetyWing covers some basic sports and activities, but does not cover some extreme sports like World Nomads do. Number four, pre-existing conditions. Like many insurance plans, pre-existing conditions are not covered at SafetyWing, but know that it's extremely difficult to find insurance policy that does not exclude pre-existing conditions. So overall, having used SafetyWing Nomad insurance since the very beginning of my Nomad journey, I can confidently say that the pros far outweigh the cons. I'll leave the link below for those who are interested in learning more about SafetyWing. Number two, World Nomads. Pro, extensive coverage for adventure sports. And this is what makes World Nomads stand out. So if you're super into extreme sports, World Nomads could really be a good option due to its coverage of a wide range of adventure and sports activities. Different from SafetyWing, World Nomads have multiple pricing plans, and they have categorized all the activities they would cover into 3 levels based on the activity's inherent risk level. And you can review all the categorization for each activity with the link I provide in the description. And you can choose your plan based on the coverage. So the standard plan includes all level 1 activities. The Explorer plan includes all level 1 and 2 activities. Different from the flexibility that SafetyWing provides, this adventure activities must be added at the time of purchase at World Nomads. They cannot be added later. If a sports or activity is not listed, you should check with World Nomads before trying it. Know that there are some activities that World Nomads would not cover regardless of the pricing plan. And this includes base jumping, wingsuit flying, cliff diving, martial arts competitions, motorsports, piloting an aircraft, stunt flying, aerobatics, rodeo, bull riding, running the bulls. If you're into that, bad news. So the con of World Nomads is the price. Everything comes at a price. World Nomads comprehensive coverage is provided at a considerable higher price tag. Number 3, PassportCard. PassportCard is the first travel insurance in the world that offers real-time payout. This is quite an attractive point if you don't want to do the paperwork for submitting your claim. So how they treat this is that they give you a credit card, which is a MasterCard, for you to pay for the expense, but of course up to a certain limit. PassportCard is a innovative Israel-based company. You have 3 plans to choose from: Premium, Comfort, and Compact. And you can get a quote online based on your specific situation. Unfortunately, I did not find much info about the pricing range of a PassportCard, as I need to submit my personal information in order to get a quote. Number 4 is Insured Nomads. So prong for Insured Nomads. Number 1, war zone coverage. What makes Insured Nomads stand out is really this war zone coverage option, which is rare to find, where the majority of the insurance policy would clearly exclude war-related incidents. And for many travel insurances, if you go to any of the level 4 do not travel countries based on the government travel advisory, your coverage will become void. Insured Nomads partner with a company called Hotspot Cover to provide this war zone plan. So if you plan to go to hotspots of conflicts such as Afghanistan, Sudan, or Ukraine, Insured Nomads is the one for you. Number 2, a wide range of coverage amounts. So different from SafetyWing's coverage limit of $250,000, Insured Nomads provides medical coverage from $250,000 to $2 million. Con of Insured Nomads, it's pricey. So for example, if you want to get a $250,000 coverage plan with a 500 deductible, which is really high, a typical plan is around $92 for 30 days, depending on your age. So that's like roughly double the price of SafetyWing. Number 5, Genki. I heard about Genki before, but I wasn't really familiar with it until I started to make this review. And it turns out they actually have some really cool product features. So Genki means I'm feeling healthy in Japanese, even though it's a German-based company. Unlike the majority of insurance providers, Genki does not impose a maximum cover limit on many items such as inpatient and outpatient treatment. Genki has a very low deductible, between 0 and 50 euro deductible based on the plan you choose. The price is competitive too. It's from 40 euro per month for up to 29 euros, 55 euro per month for 30 to 39 euros, and 60 euro for 40 to 49 euros, and 78 euro per month for 50 to 59 euros. The risk is covered by Allianz, a fairly established global insurance company based in Germany. Genki commits that the reimbursement for doctor's visit will be paid within 1 month, which is pretty fast in the insurance company. You're covered in every country worldwide, so that's the widest coverage possible, geographic wise. And the cover for your home country is always a limit to 6 weeks per 180 days. Next up, the last one is Allianz. Allianz is one of the world's largest insurance companies. My prior impression was that they're really good at providing comprehensive healthcare plans for expats, but not necessarily for additional nomads. But I actually found that they now have a Nomad healthcare insurance plan. If you prefer to go with a well-established insurance provider with a proven track of record, Allianz could be a trustworthy option. Pricing-wise, it's more on the expensive side. So there you have it, my friends. If you want to learn more about all of the above insurances I mentioned, please use my personal links below to browse or register. That would be at no cost to you, and it will really help me to be recognized for sharing my knowledge about this Nomad insurances. Remember, every Nomad's situation is unique, so it's important to evaluate your own needs and priorities when choosing your insurance. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends who have a trip coming up. If you're interested in learning more information about the digital nomad lifestyle, you can also head to my website, Work Anywhere Go, and navigate to the guide section. As always, safe travels, and then until next time, keep exploring and living your best nomadic life. Bye bye.